Hello, everybody, and welcome back. This is just an update. I mean, as the title says, that's what this is. It's an update. So, as you noticed, there hasn't really been an episode of Power World in a couple of days, and that's because I did it co-op. I got a friend of mine, well, technically my brother-in-law. We went ahead and tackled the world that I started, the Candlestick Isle, and I have to edit it because we had 4 hours of gameplay roped into one video, so it has to be massively edited. So I think for Pal World, that's how I want to do it. I'm working on a breakdown of Metal Gear Solid, just game breakdowns in general. But I think what I want to start doing is not games done quick. I want to develop a name for it. It's kind of being in its beta project thing, but I have to think of a name for it. And right now what I'm doing is I'm writing a script for all of what happens in Metal Gear Solid in a more condensed fashion. So I'm writing it out long form, and then I have to figure out how to shorten it up a little bit because I want it to be within 10 minutes at least. And I want to do that with a few different games. I think that would be something different. I'm also working on a new episode of Who Remembers. I've got a couple games lined up. Comment down below if you have any suggestions for that. If you don't know, Who Remembers is basically just like a trip down nostalgia lane where we talk about your favorite older games or games that you just couldn't stand when you were younger. So yeah, let me know down below if you have anything that's interesting to you that you want to talk about, or if you want to see a certain console, a certain game from, any era, and we'll cover it. I'm also going back to Power World real quick because I kind of just got scatterbrained there. I think from now on, either I'll do the videos long form, I'll have to figure out a way, either connect it to my computer and use OBS, or I don't know about live streaming. I don't think I have the proper audience to live stream. You know what I mean? I don't, and that's not like saying, oh, whatever. I just mean I am not prevalent enough, I don't think, to be like, it almost feels like I have no business live streaming. I feel like I have to work harder at what I'm doing now. So as of right now, I think the best course of action is to just heavily edit, and that's going to take a few days because I'm going to have to scope through all 4 hours of content, cut it up, and then I'll add some fast forwarding or do whatever, or do jump cuts. So it's going to take a little bit, and the breakdown of Metal Gear Solid, at least for that game, the script is about halfway there. I think I have everything covered up to, I think, Sniper Wolf, the first encounter, which is about halfway through the game, just about. So we're making very steady progress on that. We have progress made. That's good. That's a good thing. That's a great thing. It's a fantastic thing. But I did want to give a little update because I know things have been kind of shoddy, and the schedule has been all over the place as far as uploads. There have been days where I've shot out 18 videos, and then days where it's nothing. And that's because usually I'll just, either it's I'm editing something, working on music, I'm trying to make plans of what to do, or doing some research into the next episode or whatever, because I do want to make things better for all of you, for the audience. I don't want to get complacent and get just we can do this, and then I don't want to have spam content. But sometimes it feels like this. Sometimes it's what I think I do, especially when I do the DJ Max games, not games, just respect. It feels like I'm just spam posting because I'll end up doing that 4 or 5 times in a couple of days. But that's just because the music's dope and whatever. But I really, really, really like what we're doing with for I say we, but I mean you as an audience and me. That this is a we venture. We're in this together. So I really like what we're doing with the Who Remembers. How I went about changing that to make it, I guess, cohesive instead of it just being like, "Hi everybody," and it being no different than me just doing a random playthrough. And I think for the PAL world, I think what I want to start introducing, this is what I'm getting into with that. With PAL World, I want to start introducing co-op conquest, I'm going to call it. And that's games that any game that we run co-op is going to be co-op conquest. We're just going to like rush it together. Me and whoever, whatever game we're playing at the time, whenever we're playing it. And yeah, if you have any games that you want to see for the quick breakdowns, well, quick being subjective, some games are longer than others. Go ahead and comment that down below too, so we can get that going. I can get some suggestions for that, just so I have input too for what you want to see. Because even if it's a game that I haven't played, I will play it for the sake of the video. Give my official thoughts to it as well as a background of it. That's how I want to start styling Who Remembers now. I usually give the background of it, like I'll usually pull up separate articles or separate information tabs, and then I'll play the game. Then we'll talk about it. So, yeah, let me know. I mean, I'm pretty much down for most of every genre of game, so it's not like I'm gonna turn it down if it's like some high octane FPS or if it's gonna be like a third person strategy game. I'm not gonna turn it down. I usually play a little bit of everything, as we've all seen from the channel. And yeah, I know I'm like speed talking, I'm scatterbrained, but I'm literally working this on the fly because I feel like I have to get an update out. So I just kind of like recorded some Tony Hawk, and then I said, well, you know, we have to talk about it. We kind of have to talk about things as they are now and where it stands. But it's also important too that you're in the loop of where we are now as a unit, because we move through this together. You know what I mean? So I don't want it to be where it's like, oh, it's just stagnant for a couple of days and then it's like nothing. I may just be working on an upload because I want to start doing stuff like that now. I want to start just moving on from like my comfortable. So like I'll still do traditional long plays where it's like an hour of content, but then like for stuff like the co-op conquest, I want to record up to like a few hours if possible, and then go ahead and, you know, work it down to like an hour, but we get a lot more done. It's a lot more condensed, you know. And then especially for Who Remembers, that's going to be super condensed because it's literally, you know, I revamped that all together with the introduction of Yoshi's story. So we're on the right track for that. It's just a couple other things I want to iron out before we call it, you know, better than it was. Right now it's kind of like that awkward phase where things are like slowly changing, but it's still weird, you know. It's still kind of stagnant, but I don't want it to be. I want better. So I'm gonna try to up the production value a bit. I did with the, I hate to sound like this because I don't think of myself as any type of like person for music either, but I did try to up that from what I was doing before. You can notice a difference, and I'm trying to like just branch outside of like what I do normally. Like I think when I started doing that, I started appreciating like how I was putting it together, because before I'd just be like, I'd make the beat or whatever, and I'm like, bro, this is kind of trash. Like, I don't know if I like it. And then, excuse me, I thought I would clear when I did that first. But anyway, I usually think my stuff's trash. Like, I have a hard time accepting if I do something right, do something well. I always try to work hard, and it bleeds into my job too. Like, I literally will work through every single break to make sure that, you know, shit's done. And that's because, you know, I want to make sure I'm doing it right. And I want to make sure that everything gets done. And I want to start treating this like that. Because for me, that's what I was doing before with the long play, sure. But I want to up it. I want to do better than what it is now. Because right now it's just kind of feeling like it needs a bump. It needs an upgrade. We have to upgrade. Like we have the S7 and we need the 10. You know what I mean? Or like the 24, whatever the fuck it's at now. So this is just a quick update to get, you know, things in motion. We have Co-op Conquest coming soon, and not every episode of Pal World will be like that, I'm sure. I'm sure there'll be times where I can't do a co-op, but if we do a co-op, it's going to take a few days because I want to get, even for, I guess, regular episodes of Pal World, I'll just have to do heavy editing. But we'll get it. I'll get it cohesive, and I want to start upping the production value of things and working on different concepts. So with that, thank you all for watching. I appreciate you all, and 1K gang, let's go. I promise you, this is going to be good, at least I hope. At least I hope. I'm going to work hard on it, and like I said, I have a script written for Metal Gear, so that's going to be the first game that we do the quick whatever. So be on the lookout for that, and thank you all once again from the bottom of my heart.